So I spoke to a restaurant owner probably about 2.5 months ago. Really cool restaurant, really cool guy, really like his attitude. Like, he's got an amazing product, amazing concept in the restaurant, and they wanted some help with their reach on social media. They wanted to get more exposure on social media. So we did a couple of bits for them, helped them set up a messenger channel and a few other things. But when it actually came to setting up an ongoing campaign to increase exposure with social media ads, they decided actually, that they wanted to give it a go themselves. They'd seen that boost post option on Facebook and they thought, how hard can it be? So we decided to part ways for the time being, and I stayed briefly in touch with them. They actually came through to me and asked me a couple of questions about some of the stuff they were doing, which I helped with, but I kind of left them to it. When people decide that they want to go it alone, I've really learned over the years that it's really not worth me trying to twist their arm or convince them that they should actually get someone like me or a professional in to do it, because often their mind is made up, right? Who am I to try and twist your arm to tell you that you should work with me over doing it yourself? So if you want to do it yourself, I kind of just let it go, right? But what I do know is that very rarely works, to be honest with you. And so happens that I spoke to the restaurant owner yesterday. Actually managed to have a longer call with them for about half hour or so, and I was kind of asking them about what results they got with the social media, and they've deemed it completely unsuccessful. So they actually ended up spending around £600 over the course of a couple of months, and they effectively got nowhere, right? They run the ads and they don't really know if they're successful or not. They didn't really see any dramatic increase in revenue. I think they got a few more followers and stuff like that, but they've pretty much at this point deemed social media unsuccessful. The problem is that they're not experts, right? They're not experts in that field. They don't understand marketing, but what they see is the boost post option on their Facebook page, and they think, well, how hard can it be? Why would I pay a marketer, pay one of these marketing professionals to come in when it's so easy to boost a post to an audience? I understand how to use a computer. I've been posting on Facebook for years. It can't be that hard. Well, it's a common misconception, because it is really, really hard to get results on social media advertising in most cases. It really, really is. It's almost like me walking into a kitchen shop, right, and buying a frying pan and expecting myself to be able to cook like a professional chef in a restaurant. It's just not going to happen. It's just, or walking into a DIY store and buying a load of tools and expecting to be able to fix my boiler when I've got no experience in fixing boilers, but I happen to know how to use a screwdriver, right? There's so many additional bits that you need to think about when you're creating a campaign on social media beyond just running an ad. You've got to test the ad. You've got to understand how to measure success on the ad. You've got to set up things like pixels. You've got to test the creative. You've got to test the post text. You've got to work out a conversion path. You've got to create a funnel, okay, for the customer or the prospect to go down. You can't just run an ad and expect to suddenly just get a load of results coming in. A lot of people, they'll try that. They'll run an ad and they'll get no results and instantly deem social media as inappropriate or unsuccessful for their business and try and move on to something else. The fact of the matter is, you need a professional if you're going to run any kind of social media or digital marketing in general. You need someone who knows what they're doing, because if you don't, you're just going to end up wasting loads of money. And that's the reality of it. Don't waste your time doing something that you're not good at or you're not educated in. What your time should be spent on is actually doing the things in your business that you are good at. If you've got a restaurant, for example, spend the time in your business developing the menu. Spend the time in your business talking to customers, training your staff, doing all the things that, traditionally you are trained to do. When you get business owners that come in and think that they can just spend 20 minutes in an afternoon on Facebook boosting a post and think they're going to get results, it's unrealistic, and it can be damaging, because what you end up doing is spending lots and lots of money over a long period of time and actually getting absolutely nowhere. Whereas you can spend a few £100 or a few £1,000 maybe, depending on the level of your campaign, getting someone in who actually knows what they're doing, and they're going to be able to deliver you results within a few weeks. And just think about that. Are you one of these people that just dips their toe in the water with marketing here and there and just spends a small nominal amount over a long period of time and actually ends up wasting time and money? It's a really common thing, and I think Facebook are partly to blame for this, because they make it so easy for people to, you know, boost posts or promote on Instagram, all of these things. You know, it's one of the only platforms where it's super easy to set up an ad, but it doesn't mean it's easy to get success with the ad, right? You know, if you look at something like TV, right, it's really hard to create a TV ad, so no one does it. But it's really easy to create a Facebook ad, and lots of people try it and they fail. But just because it's easy to create it, it doesn't mean it's easy to get results. So just think about that before you see that carrot on a stick situation with the boost post button, and ask yourself, you know, do you really understand all the elements of running a successful marketing campaign? And if you don't, you know, think about hiring someone in. Doesn't mean you have to hire me. You actually be better off actually potentially getting someone in to actually work within your team, you know, hiring someone full-time to do it, you know. But however you do it, make sure that you get a professional in to do it, you know. Just the same as if I want a professional steak cook for me, I'm not just going to go down to Sainsbury's and buy a frying pan and expect to be able to cook like Gordon Ramsay, because it's just not realistic. So just think about that. That's all I've got for now. Peace out.